All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and attitude to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem, Wakakadash, and the Heavenly Father. True name is Yahweh, and His unbegotten Son, Ba'Hashem, and the name of Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Those are the true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, Adalash Wakadash Lotan. And I say Barakathon to the elders and apostles, Wa'akim Wa'akwaf. I say Shalom. And this is a sit-down lesson of Ezekiel. And this is a sit-down lesson of Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 4. That's what we're talking about, sit-down lesson. And this is the book of Ezekiel chapter 34. Ezekiel chapter 38, verse 4. That says, Slaki. It says, "No, turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. I'm bring thee forth in all thy army, horse and horsemen, all of them cloth for all sorts of armor, even the great company, any great company buckler shields, all of them swords." Right. So Russia, which represents the bear in Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, because you're going to have Russia still going to be in that warlike mindset, and the Heavenly Father continues to put that warlike mindset of these arms on. The Heavenly Father is going to continue to put that warlike mindset in these Russians, which represents the bear in Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, because this is a future prophecy. A future prophecy of Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, through verse 39. And, we see Isaiah 13, verse 17 is in full effect, because you're going to have the Medes, which is the Russians, going against Babylon. As for gold and silver, they should not die in it. And that's why we're seeing Russia, Ukraine, that's heating up. We're seeing Russia, United States, that's heating up. And we're seeing Russia versus NATO, that's heating up. We're seeing Russia versus the proxy groups over there in Syria. We're seeing Russia going against the Israel Defense Force, that's going to be heating up once again, even though they had de-escalated and had calmed down ever since then. But we're going to see that rise increase as well too, because you're going to have Russia that's going to be the guard to these nations, Ohio, Ethiopia, Libya, Turkey, and their main target is going to be the Israel Defense Force over there in Syria. But you got Russian army bases over there in Syria as well too, and their main target is still going to be those proxy groups, because they're teaming up with Syria armies, and their main target is going to be the Israel Defense Force. But definitely Russia versus Ukraine, that's going to continue to heat up. And Russia versus the European Union, Russia versus NATO. And that's why we're seeing Russia is in that warlike mindset. So this is a definitely future prophecy that we're seeing in progress, and it's going to come to pass, be fulfilled. So we definitely going to continue to see Russia, which represents the bear, and the Heavenly Father continue to put that hooks back in the jaws of these Russians. And going against the adversaries, and this we're seeing, that's only going to continue to increase. So I'm going to read that again for edification's sake. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38, verse 4. "And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws." Right, so that before I was going to turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, that will bring thee forth in all thy armies, horses, horsemen, all of them cloth with all sorts of armor, even the great company buckler shields, all of them heavy swords. Right, so all of them heavy swords, because they're going to continue to be in that warlike mindset. And they're going to be back into that Russian Federation spirit, that USSR spirit, Russian Federation spirit, even though they separated since 1992, which you're definitely going to have these Edomite nations, because Russia, they're Edomite nation as well too. But we definitely going to be seeing Russia versus NATO, Russia versus Ukraine, that's going to continue to heat up. So definitely things are heating up, with the Russia-Ukraine situation. So you're going to see a major response attack from Russia, especially Ukraine did that the heavy military drone strike over there at Russian airport. So very soon Russia's going to have their major attack against Ukraine once again. So that shows you that the tension between Russia and Russia and Ukraine is definitely heating up. So that shows you that Russia is going to continue to be in that warlike mindset, despite the fact you've been having Russia and Ukraine trying to have ceasefires, try to have peace talks, which that happened one time, that 30-day ceasefire. Then that 30-day ceasefire was up, and then they've been having heavy escalation, been heating up ever since then. So we definitely seeing Ezekiel the 38th chapter in progress. So it definitely goes to Ezekiel 38 verse 4, because the Happy Father, Yahweh is going to continue to put that hooks and back jaws in Russia in that warlike mindset, going against Ukraine, going against NATO, going against EU, going against Germany, going against Great Britain, going against the United States. So we're going to continue to see Russia in warlike mindset. So with that, hopefully this quick sit down lesson was edifying of Ezekiel 38 verse 4. Ezekiel 38 verse 4. And it said that was the title of the sit down lesson. So hopefully this was edifying. And with that, I'd like to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah Ba'ashem B'Kakadash, Barakathon to your elders, apostles, Wa'ak and Wa'ak. Till next time, I would say, Shalom.